Hey guys, how's it going? Kripp here. So, you guys know, there's been a very interesting movie that's come out recently, and before I talk anything about it, I want to mention that there are generally no spoilers in this video. It's just kind of my impression, give you guys a green light, red light, or maybe a yellow light on seeing the movie. And of course, I'm talking about Warcraft. So basically, over the years, you guys, and myself included, have purchased enough Hearthstone packs. We've bought enough stupid, pointless $20 flying mounts in World of Warcraft, and eventually Blizzard piled a stack of several $100 million and finally produced the Warcraft movie. Now, as you guys may not know, I was a very avid Warcraft player. That's how I started my YouTube channel many years ago. You know, I was completely involved in the game. I was one of the best guilds in the US. I was kicking ass on every single meter worldwide, and yeah, I was doing really well. I shared a lot of my information. I was going like, you know, wake up in the morning, play Warcraft until I go to sleep at night on a lot of days, on every moment that I had available. So, you know, when I was playing, particularly during Wrath of the Lich King, I thought I would be playing World of Warcraft for the rest of my life. And then Cataclysm came out, and then I didn't think that anymore. But all in all, you know, I've really loved the genre. I've really wanted to get involved in this Warcraft movie that was supposed to come out, I think, in 2006, and then it was supposed to come out in 2007, and then it was supposed to come out in 2008, and then 9, and I think it was postponed to like 11, and then like 12, and then apparently it wasn't happening anymore, and then it happened, and then I saw it. And I know some of you guys probably saw the movie a few weeks ago, and you just kind of thinking, it's like, hey, Kripp, this is old news. Well, as it so happens, you know, I wasn't too fortunate. I don't live in one of the places in the world that was lucky enough to see the Warcraft movie a bit early. As you can see here, this is from IMDb. I wasn't lucky enough to live in Egypt, France, Indonesia, Philippines, United Arab Emirates, Azerbaijan, Belarus, Germany, Denmark, Georgia, Hungary, Kuwait, Kazakhstan, Russia, Slovenia, Thailand, Latvia, Norway, Pakistan, Sweden. Oh, there's another list. Bosnia, United Kingdom, Ireland, Netherlands, Belgium, Italy, Brazil, Serbia, Spain, Turkey, China, Malta, Colombia, Czech Republic, Greece, Hong Kong, Croatia, Israel, Cambodia, South Korea, Republic of Macedonia, Mexico, Portugal, Singapore, Slovakia, Ukraine, Bulgaria, and Canada. Look at that. I know some of you guys got to see the movie like 2.5 weeks ago, but I just saw it yesterday because that's when it came out. So, yeah. As far as the movie itself, you know, there's a lot of a discussion in Twitch chat about it the day before I was going to go in. We were talking about how some people who saw it thought it was very, you know, Lord of the Rings-like. And, you know, people generally had a few negative things to say, but overall they liked the experience, as I imagine they would because they're playing Hearthstone, which is a game based off of that universe. And, you know, I understand while there's a lot of bias, I did check out a lot of the review websites. IMDb has it rated pretty high, like it's 7.7 or something. I'm sure that'll drop as people who never heard about Warcraft will start to see the film and realize they have no idea what they're watching. But Rotten Tomatoes and some of the other movie rating websites had some pretty harsh reviews, but in my opinion, it's not as polished as like some of the Lord of the Rings, actually maybe all of the Lord of the Rings films. It seemed like the flow of what was going on wasn't as clear, and that was especially true for people who hadn't seen the lore. If you haven't read like a book of Warcraft, or if you haven't like religiously read like the Wikipedias on Warcraft and, you know, the lore and the pre-lore and all that kind of stuff that happens in World of Warcraft these days, yeah, you might be a bit confused. And honestly, part of what I was seeing had to do with what I encountered in the games like 20 years ago. Like I played Warcraft 1 when it came out, and I remember when you had like an army including Lothar, and I think you had to hunt down Medivh or something, and like, I don't know if it was like the 7th chapter of the human campaign. You know, so I was getting some of my lore from there, from Warcraft 2, from Warcraft 3, from World of Warcraft, kind of, a little bit, some of the stuff I read online. A few of these pieces came together, and as I was seeing it happen, I wasn't too confused. I kind of got it. I kind of understood who was who, what was going on, why they were doing things, and yeah. Now, I went with my with Rania, and she didn't get exactly the same opinion. Even though she has been playing World of Warcraft for quite some time, she didn't really understand some of the lore, and I don't blame her. I think someone who hasn't been fully involved in those games or read like books on Warcraft, if you haven't done any of that, you probably have no idea who's who and what's going on. Typically, in like the introductory to a series, you have like very slow character development, very slow character involvement, so you can kind of see exactly what's going on. I feel that aspect of the film was missing, and while I didn't really care, I can see how some people would care and would not be too happy about that. Overall, it felt like we didn't really see enough within just a 2-hour film, but what I saw I was happy about. It just feels like a bit too big of a project. It feels like if you really wanted to like show all of the Warcraft lore in the detail that really is like satisfactory to someone who's never been part of this universe, you'd probably need to have like a TV series, and probably like, 5 or 6 years in, like Game of Thrones style, you probably caught up to date and you actually understand what's going on. So it seems like, this put it all into one film idea. Could have been done a little bit better, but all in all, as someone who loves the Warcraft stuff, I was very pleasantly surprised, and overall very happy with what I saw. So keep that in mind if you're checking out the film. If you're just one of those dudes who loves all the fantasy stuff and maybe a little bit of the Warcraft lore, you're definitely going to enjoy this movie. If you're really like a fanatic about Warcraft, you don't have to have my opinion. You probably have already seen the movie. But if you're one of those guys that have basically no idea what's going on, maybe you just play Hearthstone on the side and don't really know who's who, but just like the card games, well, be a bit understanding of the fact that it's not a movie that really elaborates on all the things that general movies would. So keep that in mind. But overall, I think you're going to have a blast regardless. And really, I'm glad it finally got pushed out. I really hope there's going to be more, but that just has to do with how many people pay to see it. If it's a good investment, more stuff happens. If it's not, well, rip in peace. So we'll have to see. Overall, I think the sales are pretty high, which means, maybe like Marvel, we'll see a new series of Blizzard films in action. And I'd love to see that, but only time will tell. For now, hope you guys have enjoyed my review, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.